When my rude girl, them who support me. We gon' match up them man in the party. We gon' make them ball out for mercy. All who can handle it when we...
What's good, YouTube? It is your girl, JBK Syndicate. I am back for another Love After Lockup. This is season 5, episode 17. Problems you didn't know you had. So once again, you know, we are going with the same format. So I'm going to be going couple by couple instead of scene by scene. All right. So let's change up. I'm also changing up the order. So today, y'all, we are starting with Biggie 1 and Biggie 2, Joinomi and Red. So Joinomi and Red are meeting up with Joinomi's sister cousins or cousin sisters or some shit like that. She was talking and they sitting down, you know, they saying hi to each other. Mind you, yo, I'm just a little bit like, is everyone in New Mexico like either Joinomi size, Red size, her sister's size, her cousin's sister's size? Like, everyone is big in New Mexico. And I'm just like, God damn, son, like everybody. Like, I don't think I've seen not one like semi skinny person. And I'm not trying to, you know, I'm not fat shaming. I'm just like noticing that everybody is big. Like, this is a really big ass community. They got a whole lot of food on the picnic table, you know. That's probably when Joinomi made them dry ass fucking sandwiches and shit. And now they gonna eat them shits now. Like, look at it. Like, So yeah. Red and Sway, they get up to go play at the playground, and he's pushing Sway in the swing. That's when you know, here we go with Joinomi with her little bullshit crying and all that bullshit, telling her homegirls that Red has been basically thinking about himself. She basically tells them about the photo album that he had of the girls that were sending him pictures when he was in prison and how he kept it, and he showed her, and they was like, that's not okay. And you know, she just really talks like a lot of shit about Red to her friends. Like, you know, it's always about Red is this, Red is that, and you know, putting the seed in her friend's head about what type of guy Red is. So when Red and Sway come back, they're already on the offense of him, and Joinomi and Sway go use the bathroom. He's sitting out on the cooler, which that is like, I'm like, that's a strong ass cooler to be holding up Red. Like, I thought that shit would have broke instant, but he was sitting on it and it was holding that weight up real good. So that, you know, whatever cooler that is that they have, y'all need to go buy that for the summer and shit, because obviously, you know, it's gonna be a strong ass cooler. Red sitting on the cooler, and her friends start grilling Red, like dead for real. Like, they start grilling him. They're like, so Joinomi told us that you had a photo album of other females. Like, what's going on with that? And Red just says the most stupidest shit ever. Like, some dumb shit like, come on now, like, even he knew, like, he fucked up. He's dead says, oh, I kept that photo album because I wanted Joinomi to know that all these girls here, I choose you. These are all the girls that I'm leaving to be with you. And we all looking at Red like, what? Like, that's so dumb. They're like, no, you should just get rid of it. That's how you really show her that you choose her over all the other girls. And he's like, yeah, right. I kind of messed up on that one. So while they're there chatting and everything, Red slips up and lets them know that, oh, he's going to Missouri tomorrow. And they're like, oh, okay, and everything. And that's when Joinomi and Sway comes back on perfect timing. And, you know, she has a hard time getting down on the floor, but she does. And then her messy ass friend says, you know, well, good luck with everything when you go to Missouri tomorrow. And Joinomi's chin perks up and she looks at Red like, I didn't know you were going to Missouri. She said, when you was going to tell that? You're going tomorrow? And he's like, yeah, my sister, she already booked the ticket and everything. I didn't really have much of a choice. And here comes Joinomi with the little Joinomi guilt thing. I can't just pick up and just go wherever I want to whenever I feel like. I got a home to take care of. I got to watch Sway. I can't do what you want to do and everything. I have to think about things like this. And I'm like, oh my God, Joinomi. Like, if you think he's this fucking selfish, bitch, then you need to really be gone. Just kick that nigga out. But the thing is like Joinomi is the main thing that Joinomi doesn't want Red to, it's not even like she doesn't want, because never once did Joinomi ever say that, oh, I want Red to go back to, at least if he goes to Missouri and everything, I want him to fix his relationship with his mom and his sister and everything and his family and all that. That's really good. The only thing that she's been mainly worried about, she has two things that she's mainly worried about if Red goes back to Missouri. And it is, she's afraid that he's going to go and talk to other girls and cheat. And then she's afraid that he's going to like being in Missouri too much, that he's just going to stay there and leave her. So that's what she's concerned about. Never once has she mentioned or said that she's concerned about him trying to rekindle his relationship with his family. And that really shows me Joinomi's character and why she really wanted Red to come down to New Mexico so soon with her. Because she wants Red all to herself. She wants Red away from his family. Not once did I hear her say, oh, how's your family doing? Like, have you talked to your family? Have you talked to your sister? The main thing is when Red was talking about, seeing his family, she was talking about going there with him. Trying to as a way to monitor him and everything and make sure that he doesn't do nothing and that he doesn't, that he's with her while he's in Missouri seeing his family, so he's not having fun and decides to leave her because she's still there in Missouri. So that's what I'm getting from Joinomi, and it's really eating me away because I'm really trying to be tame and everything, because this bitch, I understand that how Red is treating her, that's fucked up. The mental anguish that bitch keeps going through with this dude, because he is texting females and then lying about it. So he's not innocent at all. Never once that said that Red was innocent. But I think that also he gets a little fun out of doing this to Joinomi, because he knows that she is aware that she did him wrong with 3 different guys and everything. So she is trying to do the little, this, you do that and that. But she's still somehow taking him back every chance, because every single time Joinomi is talking to Red about females, that, oh, don't I stop talking to females? You said you was going to talk to females and you're still doing it. She's still in the house with him. She still hasn't put him out, nothing of the sort. So he keeps lying to her because he knows how she is. It's a very vicious cycle with those two. And I just feel like Joinomi really doesn't want Red by himself. Because, like I said, she doesn't want him to go and really enjoy himself and discover the fruits of his labor, because he's been locked up for so long. You get me? So we are moving forward with another scene with Joinomi and Red. Joinomi and Red is packing up his stuff. Joinomi is in the living room, and she's like, "Are you gonna go talk to other girls? Are you gonna do that? Are you gonna lie to me? Are you He said, we just need to take a little break and everything. She said, how long of a break? He said, just a couple days. He said, I'm just gonna go see my family and everything. And she's like, oh, you gonna come back? And here she goes crying again. I know that Red was probably relieved to get out that house and not have to deal with her shit for a couple of days. He goes and says bye to Sway. Sway says bye, Dad, closes the door. And that is all of the scenes that we have with Biggie 1 and Biggie 2. Those two, but they're so, it's because it's a guilty. Joinomi and Red, no lie. Technically, yes, I go the fuck in on them because yes, they're a fucking mess. But they're my number one favorite couple, like a guilty favorite couple pleasure to me, because I love watching them because it's so fucking toxic and dumb. And I'm like, oh, thank Jesus, I will never have a relationship like that. Like, that's wild. All right, y'all. We are moving on to Louis and Melissa. So, Louis and Melissa, right? Him and his mom was in the car. He finally gets there. Melissa has moved into a new house. And she is saying that it's a bit more expensive than the other one, but she wanted a bigger place so for her and Louis to live in. Which is, I'm like, okay, you're kind of showing a little bit of likability here in this little scene and everything, because I guess you did think about, making things more comfortable for Louis and all that. Louis and his mom gets there, and they walk in. She has on Louis and Melissa socks, which I was like, girl, why? Like, you must, like, something must have happened in between that time that Louis was there that last time in New Jersey, and in between that, because now she's all about Louis. And she's all like lovey-dovey with him all of a sudden. And I think that she was doing that because she knew that his mother was going to be coming. He was going to be there. So most likely she didn't want to look like how she looked the last time she treated Louis. So Melissa cooks this dry ass. Louis, I was talking shit about how Louis's mom cooked this dry ass steak looking, spaghetti looking thing that had no seasoning, had no sauce. And then a couple episodes here with Life After Lockup, I remember saying how Melissa cooked this dry ass spaghetti and meatball that looked like it was frozen meatballs. It was pasta. It was basically bottled pasta sauce, Prego, and basically spaghetti noodles. And she didn't even put no seasoning, no nothing to like dress it up. She just warmed up the sauce, boiled the noodles, warmed up the meatballs, and then threw it all together, and that was that. That's why Louis didn't eat it the first time. They get there, she makes the exact same shit. Even the mother was like, it's not homemade pasta sauce, like nothing. And she's like, what, you expect me to make pasta sauce from scratch? And I was like, yes and no, but I at least expected you to like add some seasoning or add some flavor to it. Like, you just use like all the pasta, you just use that pasta sauce, but you don't like add in like your own ingredients that y'all added to add your little spice to it. Like, I put a little sugar in my shit, add a little, all types of seasonings, more Italian seasoning, all types of shit in my shit, some cheese, all that type of shit to make my shit flavorful. The fuck, like, you knew that man mother was coming, and you gonna cook that disgusted ass, dry ass pasta sauce, and you knew to basically upset that woman. What was you trying to do? You was trying to kill her or something? Because that shit looked like it was so dry that it would get stuck in your throat. They barely even ate the food. Like, they barely ate the food. The mother was they went downstairs to go get more of Louis' boxes. His mom, Donna, was so freaking quick to grab all them plates and threw that shit away in the garbage. That's the reason, that's probably the reason why she brought all them damn donuts and snacks and shit later on in the episode. But I'm skipping a little before, but that's what she ended up doing, because she probably knew that her son wasn't going to get no properly good cooked meals. And that's probably a concern. Yo, so they're downstairs kissing. He says, I'm about to call an Uber for my mom so she can go to the hotel and all that. And she lets him. He says, all right. The Uber comes for his mom. He puts her in the Uber. He goes upstairs, and Melissa got her lingerie, and she's about to try and go to Pound Town, just like Pound Town. Let's skip forward to another scene with Louis and Melissa. Louis is in the bathroom taking a shit, and his teeth is out of his mouth. There's a little scene that I hope that they were just joking, because Melissa was like, trying to make it seem like Louis gotta tell her when he gotta go take a shit and everything. And she gotta approve of it type shit. I was like, girl, is he back in prison? Like, why he gotta let you know when he gotta use the toilet? But it was, I think maybe they're joking, but I was like, maybe she wasn't really, maybe she was dead serious about that. Melissa and Louis, they are talking. Melissa is telling Louis about a job that she's trying to get him. She said that she was able to get him a interview for a CDL truck driving business. Well, basically, he's going to be a truck driver. And Louis immediately, he's like, I don't want to be on the road all the time. I don't want to do that. She says that, what do you want to do? He said, I want to be a person. He said, I got a gym. I do all this. I want to be a personal trainer. And this was when, like, me and my girlfriend, we were watching it. We had like a little bit of back and forth, because she kind of agreed with Melissa that yes, like, personal training is not really like she said that, like, Melissa was wrong in saying that, it's not an adult job and everything, because I definitely disagreed with that. I'm like, girl, do you know how many people are out here that are personal trainers and they're making money? They got some people who aren't, but for her to, like, completely dismiss the whole entire, like, job and, like, not even think of it as a career and everything, like, it really makes me wonder, like, how was she raised, like, to think that certain jobs is not a career? Because last time I checked, like, her job is, then they say that she does, like, postal work or something of the sort. Let me see. I think that she does some type of work. I think maybe it was postal. I think she was a bartender. It says here that she is a mail carrier and a bartender. So she works 2 jobs. So for her to think that Louis doing a personal trainer job is not a job that makes money and it's not an adult job, like, what is an adult job? It really makes me wonder, like, if she's like kind of feels like she's an old school, like she was raised like old school, that, like, so I really think that, these type of jobs that we do, like YouTube and streaming and, or like all those other type of jobs, are not an adult job, like, for you to make sustainable money. There are a lot of people that are not doing her job, like as a mail carrier or a bartender, and they're making triple times money. There are people who are on Twitch that sit there all day and stream and play video games, and they make shitloads of money. There are people that trying to do like me, that are trying to make YouTube a full-time job, that are making money. So for her, like, to think that Louis, or it makes me feel like she doesn't think that Louis has the potential or the talent to even have a job that, like, as a personal trainer. I feel like at the moment for Louis, you just got here to New Jersey and you're immediately thinking about doing a personal trainer job. I'm like, okay, cool. But getting a personal trainer job, you need a license for that, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure you need to have some sort of license to be a personal trainer before, like, and then you also need to try and find the clientele. And I know that a lot of people that started as personal trainers, they had to start working out in the gym first. And to be honest, I don't know with Melissa, how Melissa is around with how women are around, how she feels with women around Louis. Louis was dancing with a dance instructor, and she was so pissed off at Louis for days. So to think that that's also another reason why I feel like she's trying to shut down his personal trainer job, because she knows that sooner or later he'll have to be training women, and she's not comfortable like that because she's insecure. So for her to think that, and she'll be constantly arguing and thinking that Louis is cheating on her because he's out being a personal trainer for women. So, but she got him a CDL interview. But my thing also with that is, if that's the case and everything, don't you need a CDL license to be a truck driver? So wouldn't he still have to, like, do like a class and do the driving lessons and all that stuff before he just gets the job? Because I'm, like, trying to, like, understand, like, how is he going for an interview for a CDL truck driver, but does he have his CDL license to drive a truck? You get what I'm saying? Like I'm like, okay. So him and her are arguing back and forth about it. And then that's when Louis' mom walks in with her little pastries, and she's like, I can hear you all the way outside the house. And they all go sit down, and it's like a counseling session with his mother. And you know, she's like, what were y'all arguing about? And they sit down, tell her, and she's, like Donna she will always have her son's back. So she's defending her son, she's defending her son and telling Melissa, look, he's gonna take longer than most to get a job and to get a good job because of his situation. You have to be more patient and understand that. And and then Donna says, where am I gonna meet your parents? Your family, I want to meet them before I leave. She said, I'm going to set that up. And that's when we go to the next scene. Now we're on to the next scene with Louis and Melissa. And Louis is driving to his new probation officer, which is in Jersey. And Melissa is going to get a consultation at this, what's it called? Plastic surgery place. And she wants to get her nose fixed. Which I've definitely made fun of that bitch's nose in the past. I already said that bitch had a big ass fucking nose. Okay. And I was like, yeah, that bitch nose is huge. But she knows that her nose is big. That bitch nose has been big for a long fucking time. It seems like when she got older, that shit just got even bigger. Because when you lie and you're a bitch stuck up bitch like Melissa, you end up getting more decrepit and and your nose gets bigger, I guess. So she's getting all of the, points out there. She's talking to the doctor, and they tell her that since, she wants to get it done soon, it's going to cost like $11,000, $12,000. And she just pulls out the card and gives it to them and she pays for it. So I'm like, okay, you clearly got some money. Mail carrying, being a bartender. Yeah, she's working 2 jobs, so she's probably making a whole bunch of buku money. But also, you see her family; she has a big family, so I wouldn't be surprised if she got money from some of her family members and everything like that. So that is all the scenes that we have with Louis and Melissa. Let's go forward. We are now on our way with Key Rock and Brittany. So we start off with Brittany. She's chilling with her homegirl. They at this little, restaurant, little eatery place. They eating, and her homegirl is telling her, about how she should go see her family and her parents and everything like that. Brittany, I also know that Brittany is still very protective of her parents. Clearly you see that Brittany really does love her family. She loves her parents. And I know that it really hurts her that her family is acting that way towards her and Key Rock. But her friend says, you should just pop up to your family and just let them know what's happening. And she said, I'm not going to do that to my family. I'm not just going to pop up on them and put that on them like that. So she's very protective of them, even though what they've been doing is really fucked up. And, that shows Brittany's heart. And, that she's still trying to stay hopeful that her family will come around to it. And she doesn't want to push it on them and force them to try and do anything, because maybe she feels like it might make it even worse. But her homegirl's like, you should go see your grandma at least and go chill. And then she said, I do and everything. But, Key Rock's brother Desmond, her homegirl like, girl, look, you keep worrying about what Key Rock got going on. You keep worrying about, his family and all that, and him. He's with his family now and all that. You should go see yours. And she's like, you're right. She said, you shouldn't make everything about Key Rock. And I wholeheartedly agree, because I said this in a few other episodes that I've done a review on, that Brittany feels like she relies on Key Rock a little bit too much. Emotionally, financially, physically, sexually, emotionally, all that, mentally. She relies on Key Rock a little bit too much. And she lives with Key Rock and his family, so she's with Key Rock all the time. So all of Key Rock's business becomes her business. She literally gave up going to school so that she can be with Key Rock. And I know that she's trying to act like it's not because of that. But if she wasn't with Key Rock right now, if Key Rock was still in prison right now, her ass would still be in school doing hair and doing cosmetology. So she's like, you know what, you're right. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna try and see what I can do and all that. And we go to the next. Let's go into the next scene with Key Rock and Brittany. They are leaving Key Rock's mom's house. They are going to drive to New York to go see Brittany's grandmother, her abuela. And they're in the car, everything. Before they get in the car, Key Rock tells his brother Desmond, text me, let me know what's going on. Okay, I want to check up on you. And he says, all right, I got you. They hop in the car. Also, they made sure that they had everything, that they have their papers and all that, because they are still on parole, I guess, and they have to let their POs know and get permission that they can go to a different state. They are. So, Key Rock and Brittany, they're in the car driving, and everything's going kind of fine until Key Rock gets a call from his mom letting him know that his brother got mad, had an episode, and he walked out and slammed doors and all that, and now she's worried about him because he's not answering his phone, and she worries something might happen. And Key Rock then starts getting like really agitated, and he starts getting like really like irritated. He's worried about his brother, and Brittany then starts chiming in, that he's gonna be fine, this and that, and we gotta keep on moving course and forward. And that's when, they start getting into like a little argument. And can't lie, like both of them, I can't say both of them are wrong in their own way. Because yes, Key Rock is like, he's stressed out and he's taking that frustration out on Brittany a bit. And Brittany also is trying to be putting herself in I can't say that because she always puts herself in Key Rock's shoes. So Brittany's like 25% wrong. Key Rock is 75% wrong. Cause like you're taking out your frustrations out on Brittany, and she's just like, we can't turn back now because like we need to go see my family, and things are gonna be all right. But let's go. Key Rock's like, right now I don't want to hear that. Like, he starts talking about her cosmetology, like, you did this. Like, he was throwing some shots at her and everything. And they were arguing, and she said, you know what, let's switch places, get out the car, I'm going to drive now so you can worry about your brother and all that, so that you're not, that you don't do no crazy shit while driving. And Key Rock gets mad, gets out the car, he gets in the passenger side, and she starts driving, and then that's when, he starts throwing shots at her. He starts throwing the cosmetology thing on her face, he starts throwing all this other shit about family, and I'm like, yo, Key Rock, just chill. Like, I hope it's not the tea. Like, I hope the tea is not making you, like, upset right now. I hope it's just, like, you're stressed out and all that. But it showed me, like, a little side of Key Rock, like, when he gets, like, stressed, like, when he gets, like, overly stressed, how he handles it. And he seems to, like, lash out on Brittany. And, maybe we'll see more of how Key Rock handles stress. But when he was in that very stressful situation, he wasn't handling it properly. But kudos to Brittany. He said, just pull over. And he calls his brother Desmond. He answers, are you okay? He says, I'm okay. He says, okay, just keep me informed and let mommy know what's going on. And, he says, okay. And they both hang up, and that's when Key Rock is able to calm down a bit and gets back in the car. They start driving. He starts apologizing to Brittany about how things went down. He says, let's go. And they forgive each other, and then they drive. And then they continue driving off to New York. And those are all the scenes that we have with Key Rock and Brittany. So let's go into the second, this is like a couple that I kind of like, but they're like a couple that I'm not fully invested in like that. Lindsay and Blaine. Lindsay and Blaine, well, she's, she sets up this nice little thing on outside in the truck for Blaine. She asks Blaine to come outside. Blaine is like, oh, Lindsay. And he comes out and they go sit down and stuff. They chilling and all that. That's when Lindsay pulls out that cheap ass, that expensive ass, somewhat expensive ass Temu Sheen chain that she pulled out. Like I said again in the last review, she could have got that shit on Amazon for way cheaper and would have saved her at least $150. But instead, she spent $200 because she wanted to propose to Blaine. Now, is it a little cute thing that instead of using the ring, she used the chain? Yes, but that chain was cheap as shit. Okay, the chain was a bit cheap. The chain looked cheap, but Blaine. She has Blaine, do you want to marry? I want you to marry me, Blaine. I want to spend the rest of my life. I want you to be the father of our kids. He's like, Lindsay, of course I'll marry you. Because I was like, of course he was going to say yes. He's nothing but, his name is Lindsay. Okay? He's happy. We go to the next scene. They're like kissing and everything. He answered them. Yep, they're good. They're chilling, all that. But there's one thing. Exactly what I was feeling, and I think like a lot of people who was watching Lindsay and Blaine is thinking, like, why are you rushing the marriage now? Or why are you rushing to get married? Because after all of a sudden now you think that you're about to get 40 years in jail. So are you just marrying Blaine because you want to lock him down so when you go to jail you have somebody that's there going through the ride with you, because you know that Blaine is going to stay with her. I feel like Blaine's going to stay with her through thick and thin no matter what. So it's like she knows that and wants to lock Blaine down so that if she goes to 40 years, she still has someone there, right? And the producers even asked her this in the when they give her the when she's doing her confessional, and she's like, no, I want to marry Blake because I love him. I said, bitch, you fucking lying. I know you fucking lying. You lying. You can see the little vein in that big ass forehead of hers. Lying. That bitch is lying. Okay? And that is all the scenes that we have with Lindsay and Blaine. Ooh. Oh, I almost forgot about this couple. The couple that I just can't stand the most. Taylor and Chance. So Taylor is at the bridal dress place with her sister. They're trying on bridesmaid dresses and wedding dresses. First dress that her sister came out on, I said they need to give you back that old maiden 1956 ass dress because it looked old on her. She looked old in it. It didn't look like a proper or like a modern style dress. It looked like an old style dress. I'm like, nah. The next dress that she came out in, I was like, yeah, there you go, bitch. That's a good dress. It fits you perfectly. Just show a little bit, put a little thing around it, and you good, right? Taylor comes out in her little blue one. I was like, that's a nice little blue. That's a nice little bridesmaid dress. It's cute. I like that. They're talking about her getting married and how Taylor is feeling a bit of way that, her sister's getting married before her because her and Chance was supposed to do this a long time ago. And because Chance been fucking up and he got fired and he's been fucking all the money up and all that. And he's probably been cheating. He has been cheating on her and everything has really messed up a lot. And the marriage has been postponed. Her and Taylor, they have a little heart-to-heart sister moment and everything, but Taylor is happy that her sister is happy in getting married. Let's skip forward to this dude, Chance. Like, he's so annoying to me. Chance is like the worst one on this show. Like, he's the villain. Like, that is a villain right there. Chance meets up with the frog neck man, with the frog voice man who smokes too many cigarettes and everything. And they meet up and his friend, the limo guy, he gives him $1,000. He gives him $1,000. He loans Chance $1,000. And the best way Chance is gonna pay him back is Chance is gonna work at his little limo place and pay it off. So Chance asked this dude for $1,000 to pay off Mr. Bobo. We then skip forward. They're waiting on Bobo. Bobo then walks in. And I think, was Bobo in all red? I think Bobo was in like red. He was like in like a red hat and like a red vest. I think he had red shoes on. No, he had on a black hat with a red vest and red shoes on and, you know, shorts and shit. And yo, he walks in. You should see Chance's face. Chance gives him the money. He says, here you go, bro. He says, nah. He said, I don't want to do this for your friend. I'm not here for meeting people. Come outside, let's talk. They come outside and talk. He grabs Chance by the back of his neck, throws Chance against the wall. I'm like, oh my God. Is Chance just getting manhandled by this man right now? Chance? Mister, I get upset about everything that as soon as his wife says something he doesn't like, he's upset. He's ready to throw shit, ready to break shit, he's pissed off. But this dude walks up to him, throws him against the wall. Chance does nothing. I'm like, yo, ain't no way another nigga, ain't no way a nigga was gonna let some dude just grab him by the neck and just fling him against the wall like he's some type of hooker or something that owe pimp money and shit like that. That's exactly what he did. Like, he literally hoed Chance. He was the pimp and Chance was the hoe, and she was missing out on a couple $, and now he gotta figure out where the money went. He throws Chance against the wall. Chance like, I'm scared right now. I just want to get it back. I was doing what I can to get it back. He said, I'm so sorry, Bobo. Bobo like, bitch, I don't give a fuck about that. He grabs it. He literally puts his hand on the wall right next to Chance, and he grabs Chance by his little shirt, by his little neck and shit, and he's pushing this thing. It looked erotic. It looked like some erotic shit. The first time I saw it, I said, what the fuck going on here? He literally Chance looked like a bitch. Like a whole female. He was literally like a whole female. If anything, if Chance had to, Chance would have slid down the wall after Bobo left and would have been crying and shit. I was like, yo, I can't believe Chance just let this man punk him in front of the cameras at the bar just like that. And Bobo's upset. He's like, get them cameras out my face. I don't want to talk. And I'm like, there's been cameras this whole entire time. Technically, you almost committed, we just watched you commit technically a crime, threatening. I'm nervous as a motherfucker. Are you serious, Chance? Chance, though that shit had me dying laughing. I'm like, good for you. That's good for you, Chance. Throw him against the wall. Let's go. That is all the scenes that we have with Taylor and Chance. Finally, y'all, this is our last couple. It's a very, very brief one. It is Chevelle and Quaylon. I'm not really, they're I think the least strongest couple right now. Because even Sean and Sarah, I watched Sean and Sarah in season 4. So that's why I'm still invested in Sean and Sarah. I wish they would show more with Sean and Sarah because we're in episode 17 now. We're literally in I think 4 episodes in now. So we're 4 or 5 episodes in. What are we doing here? So yeah, Chevelle and Quaylon, they're my least favorite couple. I think they're my most boring couple right now. They're just boring. They're very boring to me. But Chevelle and Quaylon is talking to his mom. They're at this little place eating, and he literally tells her you gotta be more better than that, Mom. I know how you are, but this is supposed to be about me and Chevelle, and y'all just fucking it up. And the mom's like, yeah, I'm gonna be more respectful, everything. I know this is your date and this is not about me, so I have to think about that. But also, it's not right that her mom is acting like she's not gonna do nothing, that she doesn't give a fuck about you, and that she's treating things this way because of the past and not trying to let shit go. He said, I understand, but Chevelle gotta get that corrected and everything. But I just need you to act your part for me, okay? So then we move forward. We move forward to the next scene with Chevelle and Quaylon. They are talking to an adoption lawyer. She's basically running down what they have to do. The fact is that they need that the little girl's father, they need to send him a notice or ask him to give up his parental rights so that Quaylon can get the rights of being her father. And immediately Chevelle's like, oh, Her father's not going to be down for that. He's going to make it he's going to fight. And the lawyer's like, well, if he's going to be a fighter, then it's going to be even more harder, because now we have to like prove that we have to show proof that he has not been there. Like, does she call you father? She's asking all these questions and everything. She's like, does the father really do anything? No, he just pays child support, but he's not going to relinquish but she knows that he's not going to relinquish his rights and everything. And he's going to make it hard for Chevelle to do that. And the lawyer's like, it's going to take a lot of money for us to get that done. Like, set fit. Like, I think she said like $4,000, I think maybe $2,200 to $7,000 or $8,000 is going to cost altogether to try to fight this case. And Quaylen's in his confessional like, I'm gonna get that. That's my girl. That's my daughter. I'm gonna fight no matter what. I'm gonna get the rights to being her father. I said, okay, Quaylen. All right, Quaylen. If you're willing to go through it and do all that, then all right, cool, no problem. And that's all the scenes that we have with Chevelle and Quaylen. All right, y'all. That was basically, that's basically it. Love After Lockup. This was a very good episode. Definitely is getting in some juicy stuff. We did not have Justine and Michael in this episode. We're probably gonna see them next episode, because they branch out and they switch up, the couples. We did not have Eris and Cameron in this episode. We did not have Sean and Sarah in this episode. And Sean and Sarah, yeah, we did not have Sean and Sarah, yeah. We had every other couple except for those three, so we're probably gonna see them next episode, the next preview. They showed a bit of like what we're gonna experience for the next few episodes coming up, but they didn't give us like a direct like preview of what's gonna happen in the next episode. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming to my channel and watching my review. I do appreciate it. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I will be back for more. Peace out, y'all.
Big thing, small thing, I winding up on all thing. Short thing, tall thing, I winding up on all thing, and it's ting.